Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
Back deep, Patrick Peterson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start the drive with Harris, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
The Steelers at 3 and 5, 2 games under 500, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he will have a Steelers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Boswell's kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CV, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out a port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
Harris running straight ahead, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. They find some open field here.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first down.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Boswell's kick is good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
It's important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw.
There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And some space here.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
And here's Kamara on the read option.
And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 17.
118 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They run it again with Kamara. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll set up a throw.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns.
Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 7,
Pickett.
And that's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Pickett will look to throw it here.
And that will be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. They've gone to the 2nd quarter in Buffalo, and the Vikings have scored, swinging back in front. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Pickett to throw on 1st down.
And he rifles one incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw.
He completes it to Olave.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Second and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Gets this out wide to Pickens. And he goes out right around the 39. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run again with Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a give. Running left is Harris. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They hand this off to Harris. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Pickett going to keep it himself. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. On the give, this is Harris. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They run with Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. This is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Najee Harris, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
Boswell good with the extra point. And this is back to an 8-point game. Kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Kamara.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Past the 20. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. 23 yards the pickup there.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Touchdown! Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Saints look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Steelers 16.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, Nick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Eric Harris who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s? Oh, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Harris running straight ahead. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Off play action. Pickett.
Rolling to his left.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
3rd and long for Pickett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Ready up.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. They're going for it. This is Harris. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
first down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 2, Pickett.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Let's go.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I think they might have something in this young rookie quarterback because he certainly looked the part.
I have to ask you a question. Are you thinking similar to what I'm thinking? That these rookie quarterbacks, they come in more prepared than ever before?
Year after year, they just seem more comfortable from day one.
I think you start really young now. These quarterback coaches, they play against a better competition. They go to camps across the country. Then they play big-time games in college. So when they get to the NFL, it's not quite the same, how would you say it, pressure that they felt in years past. And these kids just go out and perform.
And keep in mind, he led them to a road victory here, even more impressive. So for New Orleans, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.